So I've been thinking quite a bit lately about sharing this really deep, intense feeling I've had, especially in this past week. And there's a lot of astrological events happening, a lot of energies, collective energies, my own frequency, vibration, just everything. And I've always tended to struggle with relationships. Of course, they stem from trust issues and always feeling the need to please, be a people pleaser, a yes person, can't say no to anybody, always have to give, help, 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 and listen, and shouldn't have to expect anything in return, like that mutual respect, understanding, mutual relationships and connections. And the past 4 years, I've really worked on that a lot, and putting me first in a way that I can, in the relationships that I can. And it's taken a lot of time and a lot of work, a lot of inner healing, inner reflection, some serious forgiveness, serious shadow work, looking at my own past behaviors and actions, decision making, and experiences that I put myself in or had, and just understanding why things happened the way they did, why I made decisions. I know there's a reason for everything. I've always believed that, but also living intentionally and consciously, making the right choices and decisions and discerning, right? And just trying to follow my intuition the best way that I know how. Yeah, the past 4 years, I've really worked hard on boundaries, serious boundaries. And man, has it been freaking tough, especially growing up in a narcissistic relationships. It's really hard because there's a lot of conditioning and programming involved in the relationship and in the connection, and subconscious decision making and behaviors where you self-sabotage, people please, and put yourself down, dim yourself in many different ways. And having that like spiritual conscious awakening and all of that, and how I can do the healing within, has been huge. So the reason why I'm kind of like talking about this is because recently I am struggling with a lot of relationships again. And it's because I feel like it is so one-sided, and it's not just in my own personal relationships. I'm seeing it in others around me and in their relationships. And it's in so many different areas, like work, business, relationships, sibling relationships, friends, loved ones, just walking it past somebody in the store. It doesn't matter. It's in like it's everywhere with everyone. And everybody is so gosh dang zoned in to their own self, their own selfish wants and needs, their own selfish tendencies and just behaviors and attitudes. It is like tunnel vision. They're just so focused on their own goals, their own desires, their own focus, that they could give a rat's ass about what you have to say, what your advice could be, what your feelings are, what you're going through. Literally seeing it like crazy, like everywhere I turn. And it's coming to my awareness for a reason. And maybe it's part of my boundaries, bringing this awareness to how I have boundaries and how and when I may possibly need to speak up, back down, or distance myself, and for my own inner healing and my own boundaries and my own worthiness. And I feel that's huge in it. I do feel it is my own worthiness and self-acceptance coming to the forefront, and my standards and boundaries and values, right? So it's just really hard to have this situation happen, event happen in a relationship, or just listen and hear it within other people's relationships and see how one-sided it is, how one way thinking it is, and belief it is, and focus that it is. I've seen this so many times in my own relationships. I've always been a listener, and I'm not just hearing you. I'm listening, and I do that with everybody that I can, the best way that I can, and sometimes, I tend to block some things out where I don't vibe with, but I do have a respect and acknowledgement and awareness and mindfulness to listen to people. And I've never minded a good relationship to where I feel good about myself when I know somebody can come to me and talk to me. It feels really nice, but when the chance comes to where it's my turn to speak or share something about myself, it's shut down, blocked, completely unacknowledged by the other party. And I see it in others too. It's not just me. And it is just freaking mind-blowing how selfish, how narcissistic people are. I swear, we live in the most narcissistic times ever. Ever. And not everybody has to be narcissists, but there's a lot of narcissistic tendencies because of their own selfishness, their wants and needs. And it's great to be happy for people and acknowledge other people's successes, acknowledge other people's challenges and struggles. But when it comes down to the majority of the relationship, and the most of the conversations, most of the interactions become literally all about them, is just nuts how people can be. And it's most of the time they don't even realize they are doing this because they're so goddamn used to it. They are so used to it. It's normal for them to be all about themselves. Attention seeking, acknowledgement. They want the spotlight. They want their voice to be heard. And it doesn't matter about anybody else. It literally doesn't matter. It is crazy. They become the star of their own show. And it mostly is a show. It's man, I really, really wanted to be in the year 2026 where people were aware and awoken and living more authentically. But it's really hard to see that that's actually happening. I'm struggling to acknowledge and see it, witness it myself. I do feel the collective is awakening, but it's it does feel like a spiritual battle, this war with consciousness. I just had my left ear be muffled, go out. So that's confirmation. Yeah, it's I do believe in the earth awakening, this frequency, the vibration rising, but